In 2014, April, my father died of liver cirrhosis for many years of drinking. And it was a few who have probably had to deal with anybody in your family with substance issues, that after some time, you just sort of reconcile to the situation and you're just preparing yourself to let go, and I was in that situation. And so when he died, I felt that I've actually been grieving for the last 2 decades, like what grieving do I do now? But of course I was wrong, and even though I was, this is of course, like I said, April 4th, around August or so, I found that the fact that I had not cried for him, I had not grieved for him, somewhere at the back of my head it started to feel that there was a conversation that was incomplete, that I was still meant to have with my father, and I found myself writing, which is, I suppose, the thing I do when I have to make some sense of things. When I was writing, I did not think it was for publishing, I didn't think it was a book, it was just something that I had to tell him, but he was gone, and the only way to do it was at my writing table, into the hollow of my computer screen. That is what it was. And so this was exactly how it started. Often, because I rewrite a lot, sometimes there are many drafts to what I write, but this opening has stayed the same from how I started. I sat one day at my table and this is what I wrote. That night, my phone battery dies. Its charger has been forgotten in the office, so the phone remains dead. I sleep deeply. The other phone in the house rings. It is my sister. Dense sleep, garbled speech, and something about our ill father. I wake slowly. I have spoken to him 2 hours ago. Not spoken, argued as always, for he never listens to us or to reason. He is ill, scheduled to travel to Manipal in the morning to get admitted to the hospital here. This call is about him. I hear voices in the background. My brother-in-law speaking on another phone. "Akka, I think he is dead," she says. I'll never forget her voice, the muffled shock, the tremors of pain. Inside me, something is released, finally. An hour later, at 2 a.m., I'm in a taxi, just me and the driver, someone I had never met before. A few polite words have to be exchanged. As I settle down in the front seat, we are headed for Mysore. My phone is still dead. No voice can reach me, and my voice speaks only to me. I have been preparing myself for this day since I was barely a teenager, when my father had started to speak out his death wish, and he had wished for death repeatedly since then. He had been so deeply unhappy with his life, so given to substance abuse to numb out his inability to cope, and I had probably made up my mind to let him go. 1,000,000 times in the passing years, I had imagined his death, till it had come to mean just something to get over with. Die? Why don't you just die? Why threaten? Why not do something about it? I would say this to my father, part exasperation, part dark humor, and he would laugh aloud at my impudence. It was all a joke. Not night, nor morning, not even dawn, but some indeterminate grey hour. The car slowly makes its way up the steep, bumpy curves of a dark hillside. Just silence and moonlight and the headlights of our car for a while, till our solitude is interrupted by the lights of a passing vehicle. And then, silence and moonlight restored, we sit beside each other, the driver and I, quiet strangers. The stately silhouettes of the Western Ghats in the moonlight moving around us, round and round. I indicate that we need to stop. My feet touch earth, my stomach overturns. The driver hands me some water. I mumble thanks. We get back in the car, hurrying to Mysore. But why hurry? He's already dead. He would stay dead. Few dawns would compare to the sheer beauty of this one. The silhouettes are now fleshed, the green stirring to life on the mountains, a mauve sheen across the skies, a shy infant sun. That moment stays with me, not the sight of the dead father or the tears in the eyes of my mother and sister when I finally reach Mysore in the morning. I have no tears to offer him. They had all dried up long ago. I had just wanted him gone, hadn't I? And he did keep his word, even if it took him 2 decades to drink his liver to death. I had sworn in his hearing that I would not cry when he died, not a drop, for I was sick of bearing the weight of such a father. That moment in the car, a shaking, moving moment, stays with me, more real, stronger somehow than the 4 decades of knowing this father. My father fantasized constantly about death. It was his lover, his great affair, and not so secret either. It should be quick, he would say. I believe in Lord Ganesha and he will not let me suffer. I will not be a burden on any of you. I will go quickly. All this he would say, again and again. I just want to die. I just want to die. Oh, when will I die? That bottle of rum, always old monk. All through my teenage years, it was a bottle every night. The last years, he was drinking in the afternoons too. 2 bottles now. I could not bear to be around him. I felt repulsion, anger, frustration. It was impossible to convince him to turn his face to life instead of craving death, so one agreed with him to fortify and manifest his desire. Go when you must.